let's listen in because he is there addressing union workers with a bullhorn.
The UAW picket lines when I was a senator since 1973, but I tell you what, first time I've ever done it as president. Oh, look, one thing is real simple, and to be very brief. The fact of the matter is that you guys, the UAW, you saved the automobile industry back in 2008 and before. Made a lot of sacrifices. You gave up a lot, and the companies were in trouble. But now they're doing incredibly well. And guess what? You should be doing incredibly well too. It's a simple proposition. Stick with it, because you deserve the significant raise you need and other benefits.
Let's get it!
Let's get back what we lost, okay? Yeah. We say them, it's about time them to step up for us. Thank you. Now, there's a guy I know you don't know here, but I brought him along anyway. Sean Payne, your president.
All right, good afternoon, UAW family. I want to thank Local 174, home of Walter Reuther. Thank this local leadership and Director Laura Dickerson. Members, because you're all the reason we're here. This is all about the membership. You know, this site, Willow Run, it holds a historic place in the history of our union and our country. You know, this was part of the arsenal of democracy during World War II. It's where they built the B-24 Liberator bomber. You know, that bomber, they built one of those per hour when they were at their peak. It's what helped us win the war. So today, 80 years later, we find ourselves here again with the arsenal of democracy. It's a different kind of arsenal of democracy, and it's a different kind of war we're fighting. Today, the enemy isn't some foreign country miles away. It's right here in our own area. It's corporate greed. And the weapon we produce to fight that enemy, it's the liberators, the true liberators. It's the working class people, all of you working your butts off on those lines to deliver great product for our companies.
That's right.
That's how we're going to defeat these people. That's how we're going to defeat corporate greed, is by standing together. You know, this is a historic moment, the first time in our country's history that a sitting USA president has came out and stood on the picket line. Our president has chose to stand up with workers in our fight for economic and social justice.
Thank you.
You know, it's a historic day and a historic moment in time. You know, just as today, you know, it's about the auto workers who are part of the fabric of the working class of this country. We're the people that make the world run. It's not the billionaire class, not the elite few. It's the working class of the billions of people who have been left behind. That's what this battle's about, changing that. You know what's going to move this? It's not some executive that owns our future. It's us. It's working class people from all walks of life. You know, it's what we decide to do together that's going to change it. It's going to shape the future of this earth and for future generations. And that's the economic reality that corporate executives don't want us to recognize. Yeah. I see these CEOs try to justify a system where they take all the profit and the workers are left to fight for the scraps and live paycheck to paycheck. That's got to end.
Yeah.
Sure. They say they deserve all the profit because they say they're different. You know what? They are different. They have different degrees. They have different responsibilities. They have different titles, different positions. You know what? I agree, though. They're different. Let's talk about some of that. These CEOs sit in their offices. They sit in meetings and they make decisions. But we make the product. They think they own the world, but we make it run. The CEOs think the future belongs to them. Today belongs to the auto workers and the working class. And the difference between them and us, it's just as our theme song, Solidarity Forever, says. Without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel would turn. That's what's different about working class people. Whether we're building cars or trucks or running parts distribution centers, whether we're writing movies or performing TV shows, whether we're making coffee at Starbucks, whether it's nursing people back to health, whether it's educating students from preschool to college, we do the heavy lifting. We do the real work. Not the CEO, not the executive. And though we don't know it, that's what power is. We have the power. The world is of our making. The economy is of our making. This industry is of our making. And as we've shown, when we withhold our labor, we can unmake it. And as we're going to continue to show, when we win this fight with the big three, we're going to remake it. In this union, the members are the highest authority. In this country, the people are the highest authority. And so today, I just want to take a moment to stand with all of you, with our president, and say thank you to the president. Thank you, Mr. President, for coming. Thank you for coming to stand up with us in our generation's defining moments. And we know the president will do right by the working class. And when we do right by the working class, you can leave the rest of us, because we're going to take care of this business. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for being a part of this fight. And let's get back to winning solidarity for all of our members and economic and social justice for all of our members.
Heard me say it many times. Wall Street didn't build the country. The middle class built the country. Unions built the middle class. That's a fact. So let's keep going. You deserve what you've earned, and you've earned a hell of a lot more than you're getting paid now. Thank you very much.
The president there telling UAW workers, you deserve a hell of a lot more than you get paid right now. I want to get back to Arlette Saenz. As we heard the president there, and we heard the president of the United Auto Workers, Shawn Fain, there rallying the troops in Wayne, Michigan, alongside the president. It was interesting. He told the striking auto workers, you saved the auto industry, you gave up a lot, auto companies are doing well, you deserve the raise you need. And we've been talking, Arlette, before he spoke, about how he hadn't been very specific weighing in on the negotiations. He said you deserve the raise you need and other benefits that you lost. Of course, what they're fighting for, things like health care and pensions and the like. Has he gone that far? Because I know he was being pretty general there, but he's saying they deserve everything they're asking for.
Yeah, maybe slightly further than he's gone before, but he still hasn't weighed in on these very specifics of what they are seeking, as far as seeking a 40% increase in their pay and other issues. But what the president was trying to do there is signal his full support for these auto workers as they are striking. There's that imagery you now have of President Biden wearing that UAW hat with a bullhorn in hand, speaking to these striking workers. And a lot of what he talked about also strikes at the heart of of much of his pro-union message that he has tried to espouse throughout his presidency, saying that the middle class built this country and that it is unions that built the middle class. One thing that Biden is really trying to do with this visit is shore up that support with working class voters, especially in a state like Michigan. This is a state where the president won voters in union households with a little over 60% last election compared to former President Donald Trump. This is a state that will once again be pivotal again heading into the 2024 election. But what the White House has said is that the president today is focused on showing this support and this solidarity with these striking workers, walking the picket lines there with them. You see him still there. He is on site. This is just outside of a General Motors facility, walking around, talking with people. And this gives the president an opportunity to try to present a split screen with former President Donald Trump, who will be here in this area tomorrow. President's invitation here to Michigan came from the UAW President Shawn Fain directly, who invited him to come here just last week. The president earlier today said that he's not concerned at this moment about the fact that the UAW hasn't endorsed him just yet, but it's certainly an endorsement that he is hoping to win heading into 2024. But for the time being, the White House insists the focus today is on these workers and trying to stress the president's support for not just the UAW, but unions writ large.